Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're tearing right into the anatomy of a truly epic, edge-of-your-seat narrative. We are taking a deep dive into the dynamic script of a fictional but incredibly cinematic FIFA World Cup final between Portugal and Argentina. Now, this source material is actually a detailed script designed to generate an ultra-realistic 10 to 12-minute match, and it lays out just a perfectly paced sports drama. We're going to break down exactly how the script engineers tension, utilizes some absolute star performances from both sides, and crafts the ultimate comeback story, tracking every single critical moment along the way. So picture this. You're down 2-0 at halftime. It is a massive mountain to climb. We are skipping right past the pleasantries today to plunge you directly into the dramatic tension that really defines this script. For literally any football team, facing a 2-goal deficit on the biggest stage in the world is psychologically devastating. But, from a narrative perspective, it's the perfect hook. It creates this immediate sense of urgency and sets the stage for either a really tragic defeat or just a miraculous display of resilience. To really understand the scale of this comeback, we need to start with Act 1, Argentina's early dominance. Okay, let's dive into this. The script is highly deliberate in how it establishes Argentina's completely suffocating start. Minutes 1 through 20 are all about Argentine possession. Portugal tries to attack, but we see these incredible, impenetrable star performances from the Argentine backline. They put up a literal brick wall that just stops the Portuguese in their tracks. And all that patient, dominant buildup, it culminates right at minute 21. It isn't some lucky bounce either. It's a beautifully orchestrated passing move that completely breaks the deadlock. And the script provides this specific broadcast commentary to anchor these moments. It goes, "Goal, Argentina. What a fantastic team move." Argentina takes the lead and the crowd erupts in celebration. This line right here emphasizes the totally electric atmosphere in that packed stadium. And it really highlights the sheer tactical brilliance of Argentina's attacking stars. They didn't just score, they completely dismantled the defense with a fantastic team move, sending those flag-waving fans into an absolute frenzy. Now, the crucial point here is that Argentina doesn't just sit back and rest on a 1-0 lead. We jump ahead to minute 41, right before the whistle blows for halftime. Just as Portugal's desperately trying to stabilize, Argentina's star attackers land a devastating psychological blow. They execute a powerful long-range strike from way outside the box. It's the stunning piece of individual brilliance that doubles their advantage. Going into the locker room at 2-0, the script ensures Argentina looks practically invincible. Well, that brings us right to Act 2, tactical shifts and unsung heroes. Let's look at how Portugal sparked this comeback. It's really fascinating to look at the stark tactical contrast between the two halves. In the first half, Argentina totally dictated the pace, holding possession against a really struggling Portugal side. But the script dictates that Portugal comes back out in minute 46 with renewed energy. They completely trade their earlier, slower approach for aggressive pressing and high-energy attacking football. They realize, hey, we can't just sit back, we have to force the issue, disrupt Argentina's rhythm, and trigger fast counterattacks. But here's the thing, an aggressive shift like that leaves a team super vulnerable at the back. And that leads us to the real unsung heroes of this phase. The script explicitly calls for end-to-end football between minutes 62 and 75, and then again later in the match. During these high-tension phases, we see absolute star performances and world-class quality from the goalkeepers on both sides. They're executing exceptional reflex actions, making these incredible saves that prevent further goals, and honestly single-handedly keep the match alive so the rest of the narrative can unfold. So all of this mounting pressure finally comes to a head. Mark this down. Minute 61. This is the absolute turning point of the script. That aggressive new pressing strategy that Portugal adopted at the start of the half, it finally pays dividends. They win the ball, trigger a lightning-fast counterattack, and fundamentally change the entire geometry of the match. And the commentary script for this moment is just electric. It says, Portugal are back in the game. A brilliant counterattack ends with a clinical finish. It's now 2-1. Notice that phrase, clinical finish. The script ensures we recognize the world-class composure of the Portuguese star attackers right here. Under immense pressure, moving at top speed, they don't panic. Not at all. They deliver a precise, clinical strike that breathes life straight back into the red and green side of the stadium. All right, let's move into the climax. Act 3, completing the ultimate comeback. This timeline really highlights the rapid momentum shift. After 60 minutes of absolutely 0 goals for Portugal, the floodgates suddenly open. You have the first strike at 61, the equalizer at 76, and the winner at 90. You can really see how clustered and relentless Portugal's second-half goals were compared to that suffocating first half. The pacing accelerates exactly the way a cinematic thriller should. Let's focus on that middle data point for a second. Minute 76. A massive equalizer from a corner kick. What's so fascinating here is the variety of the goals. It wasn't just another counterattack, it was the flawless execution of a set piece. A corner kick requires perfect delivery and sheer physical dominance in the box to actually convert. So when that ball hits the back of the net to make it 2-2, the script notes massive celebrations and dramatic crowd reactions. The mountain has officially been climbed. Let's walk through the climax and see exactly how this builds step by step. Step 1. Minute 90 arrives and the tension in the stadium is literally at its absolute peak. Step 2. Instead of just playing it safe for extra time, Portugal launches one final daring attack. Step 3. This is where the star attackers really shine with immense composure. They execute this beautiful passing sequence that completely breaks Argentina's defensive lines. And finally, step 4. The winning goal is scored. It is a clinical, surgical dismantling of the opposition right at the death. The scripted broadcast call captures this peak cinematic emotion perfectly. Go all Portugal. Incredible, absolutely incredible. Portugal completes a remarkable comeback from 2-0 down to lead 3-2 in the final moments. I mean, just reading it, you can feel the energy, right? This is the massive payoff the script has been building toward since the opening whistle. It is the ultimate release of all that carefully crafted tension. To ensure this ending is universally satisfying, the script relies heavily on ultra-realistic, broadcast-quality visual elements. The prompt calls for confetti filling the stadium, wild celebrations from the players, loud cheers, exploding fireworks, and it all culminates in this epic, cinematic, slow-motion trophy lift right under the stadium lights. It's really about creating an atmosphere that visually rewards you, the viewer, for going on this emotional 3-2 roller coaster. Which leaves us with this final thought. We've analyzed the aggressive tactical shifts, the dramatic pacing, and the incredible game-saving star performances from both sides. But I want to ask you, what elements do you think make a football comeback truly unforgettable? Is it the sheer tactical brilliance, the heavy emotional weight of overcoming a 2-0 deficit, or maybe just the cinematic flair of a 90th minute winner? Keep that in mind the next time you watch a match unfold. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.